Boniface Khalwale was born on August 5, 1960 in Malinya village, located in what is today Kakamega County. He came from humble origins. His father worked as a sugarcane hawker and occasionally as a cook, while his mother brewed traditional chang'aa, a job Khalwale has referenced wryly as industrial chemistry. Growing up in such conditions, Khalwale often walked barefoot to school during his early years. He describes his childhood as marked by poverty, a fact that later shaped his public image as someone deeply connected to the struggles of ordinary Kenyans. Despite financial hardship, his academic performance stood out. At Malinya Primary School, where he studied from 1967 to 1974, he earned good grades in his CPE examinations, achievements that enabled him to proceed to secondary and higher education. For his secondary education, he attended Muzingu High School for his O-levels, 1975 to 1978, followed by Kakamega High School for A-levels, 1979 to 1980, where he excelled especially in sciences, securing principals in chemistry, mathematics, biology, and a subsidiary in general paper. This earned him admission to university. In 1981, Boniface Khalwale joined the prestigious University of Nairobi, UON, to study medicine. He completed his Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, M.B.Chb, degree in 1987. His time at UON was not without turbulence. In 1982, while in his second year, he was involved in a dramatic student protest tied to a failed coup attempt by the Kenya Air Force. Along with other students, he entered the National Broadcasting House to declare solidarity with the soldiers. This led to his arrest and a suspension from the university for about a year, a risky decision that many considered bold or even reckless at the time. After completing his medical training, Khalwale worked as a medical officer in various public hospitals, including stints in Nairobi, Kakamega, Kisii, Machakos, Kirinyaga, and others. He later did private practice in both Mombasa and Kakamega, eventually building a name as a competent doctor. This medical background, uncommon among Kenyan politicians, became part of his public identity. In multiple public statements, he has described his service delivery commitments in terms of healing the community, a metaphor rooted in his experience as a doctor. Even before medical school, Khalwale was drawn to politics and activism. The 1982 student protest at UON was a key turning point. Though it provoked a heavy price, it also revealed his willingness to confront power structures and stand up for what he believed to be right. During the early 1990s, as Kenya moved toward multi-party politics, Khalwale became active in pro-reform movements. He was among grassroots reform advocates in Western Kenya, aligned with voices demanding democratic change, accountability, and pluralism. These early political engagements built his reputation as a vocal, fearless critic of injustice and corruption, traits that would define much of his later political career. Khalwale's formal entry into elective politics came in the 2002 general election, when he won the parliamentary seat of Ikolomeni constituency under the ticket of what was then the Reformed Opposition Coalition. He retained the seat in 2007, this time on the ticket of a new party he helped form with colleagues, illustrating both his political flexibility and willingness to chart his own path rather than depend entirely on long-established party structures. During his time as MP, he was appointed Assistant Minister in the East African Community, EAC, under President Kibaki's government. In that capacity, he engaged in regional integration matters and cross-border policy issues. However, it was his work as chair of the powerful Public Accounts Committee, PAC, in the 9th and 10th parliaments where he gained national notoriety. As PAC chair, Khalwale became one of Kenya's most outspoken advocates of fiscal accountability and anti-corruption. His famous motion calling for the resignation of former Finance Minister Amos Kimunya, memorably captured by the refrain, "Kimunya must go," it is perhaps his most defining moment, symbolizing his readiness to hold powerful figures to account. His tenure at PAC made him a polarizing but respected figure. Supporters praised his bold oversight and willingness to challenge corruption. Critics accused him of grandstanding or political opportunism. In 2013, with the new devolved system under Kenya's 2010 constitution, Khalwale successfully contested for the newly created Senate seat of Kakamega County, becoming its first senator. He served as senator from 2013 to 2017. During that period, he maintained his outspoken style, often speaking on issues related to governance, accountability, and regional development for Western Kenya. In the 2017 general elections, instead of defending his Senate seat, he opted to contest for governor of Kakamega County, a gamble that ultimately didn't pay off. He lost to a rival candidate. This marked a temporary setback in his political trajectory. Demonstrating political resilience, Khalwale staged a comeback in the 2022 general election, recontesting for the Kakamega Senate seat, this time under the ticket of the ruling party of the moment, illustrating again his adaptive political strategy. He won convincingly, securing 247,860 votes, defeating his closest rival. With his return, he also assumed a leadership position in the Senate. He serves as Majority Whip, and is a member of influential committees including the Senate Business Committee, Finance and Budget Committee, and the Energy Committee. Boniface Khalwale is widely known by his nickname Boni or Bullfighter, a moniker that reflects his combative, no-nonsense political style and his ties to Western Kenya's cultural traditions. His public voice is often loud, direct, and unafraid to challenge powerful figures. Over time, this has made him both loved and criticized, admired for boldness and courage, yet sometimes seen as provocative or unpredictable. Khalwale straddles identities: a medical doctor, a grassroots politician, a reform-oriented leader, and a cultural figure in Western Kenya. This blend appeals to many voters in Kakamega and beyond, especially those looking for representation that combines professional credentials with local roots. Khalwale's political journey has not been without controversy. His involvement in the 1982 coup support as a student, though he often recounts it with a certain nostalgia, remains a controversial chapter, as he once admitted it was a bold act that could have cost him dearly. Within Parliament, his aggressive oversight style as PAC chair earned him enemies among influential political elites. His outspoken stance has often been portrayed as a challenge to establishment power, and some critics accuse him of being a political gun for hire rather than a principled reformer. In his personal life, his polygamous status has drawn public attention and sometimes criticism. He has openly acknowledged having 4 wives and 17 children, a fact that stirred debate in a society grappling with evolving family norms. As of 2025, Boniface Khalwale has declared his intention to run for governor of Kakamega County in the next election cycle, 2027, signaling that his political ambitions remain high, and that he continues to see service to Kakamega as his mission. He has laid out a campaign vision he calls Make Kakamega Great Again, Makaga, promising to restore economic vitality, governance accountability, and improved service delivery for the county. His return to the Senate after a 5-year break, coupled with his ambition for the county's top seat, suggests he aims to leverage both legislative influence and executive ambition, the path taken by several Kenyan politicians seeking to combine national and local relevance. Boniface Khalwale's life and career represent a unique arc of social mobility, professional accomplishment, and persistent public service. Some elements of his legacy and significance. From humble origins to professional and political prominence, his journey underscores the possibility of upward social mobility in Kenya. Medical professionalism meets politics. His background as a doctor gives unusual credibility for someone in national politics. It creates a connection with public service in both health and governance, fiscal oversight and accountability culture. As PAC chair, his activism helped raise awareness about corruption, public expenditure scrutiny, and the need for transparency in government, resilience and comeback, losing gubernatorial bid in 2017 and returning as senator in 2022 demonstrates political resilience and adaptability, regional representation and cultural identity. As a prominent figure in Western Kenya, he represents both grassroots aspirations and cultural identity. His role inspires many in the region. Voice for the underdog and independent-minded politics, his outspoken nature, cross-party navigation, and willingness to challenge both Bureaucracy and party orthodoxy mark him as a maverick in Kenya's politics. Thanks for watching and subscribe.